Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for June 12th, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, we have this 7 and 2 here. So the 7 is actually placed in this box pretty simply. It's the only place for 7 in the box. If we follow up on 7s a little bit, we get 7s in one of these two. We get 7s in one of these two. One of these two, that's kind of, oh no, sorry, it's placed in this box. Even better. And that means it's one of these two. So I think we have 6 7s. Yeah, we have 6 7s, and we're down to 3 more in this kind of L shape. This L shape that you see is one of 2 formations that can happen when you have 3 of a digit left. It's either going to be like this, or it's going to be something like this in a single stack or band. This to me feels a lot more common, but I'm not sure. All right. So 7s we don't really have to worry about too much. They're fully marked up. 2 looking into here. So this is a filled box row. So when you see a filled box row, you want to look at these 2 rows here that aren't in the box and look for any digits that are not already in the box. So this 2 looking in does put a 2 in one of these 3, and that's going to point into this box along with this 2, putting a 2 in one of these 2. Now this should trigger you to look for something else. When you've corner marked 2 2s, or you've corner marked 2 of a digit, but only because there's a given sitting in the 3rd spot that you would have marked, then that column, you want to look to see where does the 2 go. Sometimes it's already placed, and that's fine. It's not already placed, though, but it can be in 3 places. So in this case, it's not helpful, but when it is helpful, it's very helpful. You either get claiming or a hidden single when it's helpful, which can sometimes crack the puzzle on its own. All right. So that's 2 and 7. What about vertically here? We need a 2 and a 7 in these 3 places. Unfortunately, we can't narrow it down further. Okay, how about, we don't have to worry about 7s. How about the 5? Yeah, so 5 looking down does place the 5 here. I mean, we had 4 5s looking into this box. Whenever you have 4 of a digit looking into the box, you can place it in that box. 5s we have 6 of as well. So what's our remaining pattern? We have 5s in one of these 2. We have 5s in one of these 2. It's very similar, isn't it? Like I said, there's only 2 patterns that can happen. So yeah, we have 3 5s left to place, and it's in this same L shape pattern. All right. So we don't have to worry about 7s or 5s at this point. They're all marked up. All right, 1 and 6 in here. I'm really not seeing much opportunity to do anything. Is 1? No, 1's not helpful here. All right, we're going to move on. The 8, I mean, we have an 8 in one of these 2, and the reason I'm pointing that out is because we want to look in this column for 8. There are 3 places for 8 in this column. All right, otherwise I don't see much to do with 8. This box is pretty filled. Sometimes it's going to be hard to go through all the iterations of everything, but we want to focus mostly on columns that have a bunch of givens, or rows that have a bunch of givens. So really just this middle column might be the most interesting. It involves a 5 and a 7 though, right? So we don't actually have all that many. We just have the 1 4 8, I guess. That's one way to put that. It's not that the 5 and 7 can't contribute. It's just that we know they're done in this stack completely, and they're not done in this band yet. But let's see, 1 4 8. We need 1 4 8 in this column, and I can't do anything with that at all. We do need a 4 in this column though. So I guess one thing we could say is 4 is placed in this box. That makes it easier. And then now 4 in this column is one of these 2. This row has so much open, I doubt there's a way to do anything with 4s. But all right. How are we doing on 4s though? We have 4 4s. 4's in one of these 2. 4's in one of these 2. Is there any other interesting thing with 4s? Not really. Okay. So let's move on, I guess. Is there anything looking into this box that isn't already placed? 1 4 5 7 8. There's the 6 looking in, but that's not good enough. 4 5 7 8. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we have 4 5 7 here. None of which we already looked at all 3 of those digits. 1 5 and 9. So when we have a split given like this, sometimes it's helpful to look for anything looking through the hole. Unfortunately, it's just the 4 and 5, so that's already marked in the box or placed. Same thing here. Anything looking through here would be interesting, but unfortunately 4, 5, 9. Oh no, the 9 is interesting. I spoke too soon. The 9 in this box is placed, and that leaves a triple here, which is going to be helpful. We need 1, 2, 3. It's not a 1. So that leaves a triple here, because we know where 1, 2, 3 are in the row. So these are the other 3 digits, the 6, 7, 8. That's not a 6, that's not an 8, that's not a 7. So what we've learned here is that 6 is in one of these 2 cells in the row. And that's going to do what's called claiming, where the row needs a 6. It's going to end up here or here. And wherever that 6 ends up, whether it's here or here, that happens to be in box 7. So the rest of box 7 can't be 6. So really what we've learned is that in this row here, 6 is one of these 2. That's also true of this box, though. We had a crossing on 6s here that I hadn't gotten to that box yet. Any other crossings here? No, there's not. Okay. So yeah, we learned that these aren't 6. I don't know that there's an immediate follow-up for that. These are pretty open. Well, they're also not 9. The 9's over here. So these are worth marking, I think. They could be 2, 3. They can't be 4, 5, 6, 7. They could be 8, and they can't be 9. Okay. I think that's all we get out of our geometry pass. We got some nice stuff. This 9, is there a follow-up on the 9 that I placed? Not that I can tell. All right. Let's go back up, make sure we didn't miss any scans. We already know that 5 and 7 are marked up, and we already checked out the 4. So there might not be a whole lot to do here. So 4, 5. So, okay, I missed these 2 4s looking in here. So the 4 is in one of these 3. I was curious where 4 went in this column, but this is very open. 4, 5, 7, yeah. Not much else to say here. This box is down to 4 digits. We can think about it. We need a 2, 3, 6, 9. So we know this is 2, 3, 6, and this is 2, 3, 9. And this can be any of 2, 3, 6, 9. Okay. 4, 5, and 7. I think I might have caught most of the normal scans as I went. It wasn't intentional, but it just kind of happened. These 2 digits, we know there's 5 left in the row, and these 2 digits are not the 4 or the 7. So if they're not 4, 7, they could be 1, 2, 3, and that should be it. Not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's not a 1. We have a 1, 2, 3 here. The question is, are we roped? We could be roped. We don't know yet. You need to find 2 box rows, or 2 box columns if you're looking at a stack, that are identical. So if this was a 7, then these would be identical. We'd be roped. And if this was a 1, 2, or 3, then that would mean we're roped. And that means that all of the box rows end up being the same triplets in the whole band, if you can match any 2 of them. But I can't do that right now. We're on the cusp of being roped, but we don't have to be. All right. Did I miss anything vertical before I do anything else? I feel like I didn't fully vertical scan. What about between these 2? These 2 boxes look promising. So the 8s I didn't mark, I guess. 8's up there. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 6, it doesn't have a buddy. All right, I think that's all we get. All right, is there any low-hanging fruit? That's going to be rows, columns, boxes with 4 or fewer open cells. I'm scanning the row. I scanned the rows. Okay, scanning the columns. These are down to 1, 2, 3, 6. This can't be a 2. So this is 1, 3, 6. This can be any of them. Oh no, this can't be a 2 either. The 2 is if you remember, the 2 is pointing here, so this can't be a 2. So this is also 1, 3, 6. That's probably worth marking for sure. 2's in one of these 2 then. I can't do much more with this 1, 3, 6 though, or anything. These can't be 1, 6. They're not 1, 6. This one's not 8. I don't know if that's enough. We know these are 2, 3, 6, 9. They're all of 2, 3, 6, 9. And then the 4 gets introduced up here. Yeah, I'm not convinced there's much to do here. What about this cell here? So I'm basically just doing counts in my head, right? There's 3 givens, and then there's the 2, 4, and 5 corner marked. So there's 6 digits this isn't, just from the box. And then we don't know yet if the row or column help. They don't seem to, though. So this is probably down to 3 digits left. It's not the 1, 2, it could be 3. And I'm just looking at what's present already in the box, right? It's not 4, 5, 6, 7, could be 8, 9. All right, and we're trusting our corner marks, essentially. 3, 8, 9 does not seem to do anything. I'm wondering where to look. There's a lot of corner marks in this box, but it's not that many. It's just 4, 5, 7, 8. So these are down to 5 digits, just baseline. We know these are 2, 3, 6, 9. Over here. Not sure. What about this row? I know it's down to 5, but maybe it's limited. I mean, the 1 can't go over here. So yeah, we know the 1 is in one of these two. So I don't know, let's think about it. They could be, this one can be 2, but not this one. They both can be 3. They both can be 4. They can't be 5, 6. This can be a 7, but not this one. And then the 8, 9. Okay, so they were worth marking. 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, 7. Boy, I'd love if this was a 1, 2, 3 triple, but we don't know that that's true. It could easily, there's like a 50% chance that we're roped at this point. Let's see. 2, 3, 8. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, I can't quite do anything with this. Unfortunate. Okay. Is there anything with this box that might be interesting? Let's look at this whole row. This whole row is 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. No, that's not helpful. Huh. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Huh. Is there any pointing that I might have missed or claiming that that I have marked that I didn't respect when I penciled? Like these 2s, I almost didn't respect, but I did. I did get those. 4s, 5. It's not going to be 4s, 5s, 7s. Not the 8s there. Yeah, I just don't see anything. The biggest thing is these 6. These aren't 6. We already have that marked. All right, so I'm clearly missing something here. Maybe it's something to do with the middle band. I don't know much about the middle band. Not much happening in the middle band. 5 digits left in this row. I might as well take a look. We need a 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. This can't be 2 or 9, so 1, 3, 6. We're looking for cells that can't be 2, at least 2 out of the 5 of 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. So like this can't be 1, but it could be all of 2, 3, 6, 9, which we already knew. We know these are 2, 3, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. It's not helpful. 1, 3, 6 doesn't appear helpful. This is down to 6 digits. I don't even want to look. Where do I look then? Is there anything with this box I might have missed? Ooh, there is. The 1. I missed this from the start. The 1 looking into this box puts a 1 in one of these two. And these overlapping corner marks tell us we found a hidden pair. This is a hidden 1-5 pair. So if we look, the corner marks are telling us one of these 2 digits needs to be a 1, and one of these 2 digits needs to be a 5. If you prefer, you can find the 1-5 here. Excuse me. And a 1-5 here. What this tells us is that we can convert these corner marks to center marks. And we've ejected anything else that we thought could be in these 2 cells. Excuse me. Hopefully that doesn't continue. And so the way to follow up on this is to think about what was rejected or ejected from these cells. What was eliminated from these cells by making it a hidden 1-5 pair. So for example, 3 can no longer be in these 2 cells. We thought they could be 3, but now they can't. Because if we try to put a 3 in one of them, we won't be able to fit both 1 and 5 into the box. 3 doesn't seem to do much. They can't be 4 either. They can't be 6. We have this 6 looking in. These aren't 6. That puts a 6 in one of these 2 cells. That's actually quite nice because that points down. This box needs a 6. It's here or here because of this hidden 1-5 pair. It ends up either here or here. Wherever it ends up, that's going to be in column 3. Oh my gosh, if I can highlight it, column 3. Meaning the rest of column 3 cannot be a 6. That's new information we didn't know. For example, this now can only be a 7 because it can't be a 6. And now there's only one place for 6 in the box. And this can't be a 7. And I think, okay, that makes this an 8. And that places the 8 here. And also, this is the only place for 7 in this box now. Remember, 7s were almost done. And then now we've resolved them. We have finished the 7s. And so we actually are not roped, unfortunately. This is the only place for 1 in the box, though, so we can place the 1. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is not 1, 2, 3. This has a 7 in it, so we know we're not roped. 2, 3, 6, 9. So let's just look at this triple here. Oh yeah, no, it's not a triple. It's 2, 3, 6, 9. Right, I just said that. All right. What did I get? I got this 7. I got these 8s. The 8s look up. 8's in one of these two. Anything else to follow up on of what I just got? I got this 7. 2, 3, 4, 8. We know the 8's down here. All right, let's keep looking at this. That was the 6, 7. So 8 and 9 were also removed. This 8 looks up. And so 8 in this box ends up in one of these two. That's going to point saying this can't be 8. I don't know what else it does. And then the 9. We don't know much about 9. So we know 9's not in these cells. Okay. I'm wondering if this row's interesting now. Is there anything more interesting than that before I delve into it? This row is down to 4 digits. We need a 2, 3, 6, 9. So this is 2, 3, 9. 2, 3, 6, 9. This can't be 6. This is 2, 3, 9 as well. So 6 is in one of these two. Oh, but these 6s point down, right? So where is 6 in this row? Not here because of this 6, not here because of these pointing 6s, and not here because of that 6. So 6 in the row has to go there. 6, not 8. Fat fingered that. All right, so that leaves a 1, 3 pair here. So where's 2 in the column? It's down here. That gives us the 3 and the 1. Very nice. That felt very important to find. This is 2, 3, 9. Up here we need 2, 3, 8, 9. This is 3, 8, 9. This can't be 8, if you remember the 8's points. This is 2, 3, 9. Okay, there must be something simpler. This is 2, 3, 9. Oh, and these aren't 3. Okay, so that places the 3 here, meaning these can't be 3. Yeah, the 1, 3 pair told us that as well. Darn. All right, this is 2, 8, 9 to finish the column. So that actually means this is the only place for 2 in the column. This can't be 2 because of the pointing 2s. We've got at the very start. So that's our 2. They were quarter marked. We're left with an 8, 9 pair here. So this is going to be a something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. No. Oh, was it 4, 6? And this 6 resolves it? Yeah, that's 6. That's 4. That places the 6 here. I think we cracked it. We just got to be careful. Find the right places to pencil next. This is a triple. We have 1, 2. We need a 3. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 8, 9. That's not 8. That's not 9. So this is a 3, 8, 9. What's the digit unaccounted for in this box? It's the 4. All right. And that places the 4 in this box as well. What's like a obvious place to look next? I have a 3, 8 pair in this column. And so that eliminates 3 and 8 from the rest of the column because 3 and 8 have to occupy these two cells. So this is a 4. This is not a 3. That does place 4 and 5 in this box. Okay. Are 4s done? 4s are done. 7s are done. 5s are not. But they will be in a second. That's 1, that's 5, that's 3 and 1, and then that's 5. All right, 5s are done as well. This is 3, 8, 9. Oh, it's not an 8. Over here we get the 6. This can't be 1, so that's our 6. 1, 2, 3, 9. So 1 in this column can only go here, or the box if you prefer. And if we keep following up, that places this one. 1s are done. So this is 2, 3, 9. It's not a 3. So what's this for the row? This is a, I'll keep saying the wrong digit. This is a 6. All right. That places the 6 here. These are 2, 3, 9. Wow, what's going on with 2, 3, 9, huh? These are also 2, 3, 9. Interesting. And so these are 2, 3, 8, 9. This is 2, 9 only. These can't be 3, so these are 2, 8, 9, huh? So what resolves this? Everything's penciled. Just got to find the right thing here. 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 9. I'm just looking at every column first. 2, 3. No. Oh, 2's in one of these two. That might help. 2's in one of these two, so this can't be 2. Also 2's in one of these two. 3, 9, 2, 3. It didn't quite do it. Let's look at the rows. 2, 3, 9. This is surprisingly weird. 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 9, 2, 9, 2, 3, 2, 3, 8. What is going on? Is there a box thing going on here? I probably just keep glazing over it with my eyes. Well, we know 3 is in one of these two, so this can't be 3. And that places 3 in this column right there. That gives us 2 and 9. That should finish it. Giving us the 3, 2, and 8 down here. We get the 9, 8, 3, 9. Okay, yeah, it's just plonking the digits now. 3, 9, 2, 8, 2, 9, 3, 9, 8, and we're done. All right. Interesting that we had to use like pointing and claiming to finish off that final pattern. All right, cool. Well, a little bit of I don't know, was this more difficult than usual? I'm not sure. It definitely took me longer than usual. Let me know how you did. I think it came down to this hidden 1-5 pair, and then there were a few other things to notice, but this hidden 1-5 pair and then noticing how it affected the 6 felt extremely important. All right. Anyway, let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.